I think you should applaud their ambition. I don't see why it's a dirty word, because they want to work more. As long as they're doing their job and everybody is happy with how they're doing their job, if they've got the stamina and the energy and the thoughts that they want to do, what's wrong with it?
Perhaps because the previous editor of the Evening Standard, it was his full-time job, and there are plenty of other MPs who say that's their full-time job and that's all they have time for. So how can someone rack up and do justice to any of these jobs if they've got 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 of them?
But surely the judgment should come, and only until, if these people take on these extra jobs, that they are failing at being an MP. If they're failing at that, then absolutely they're doing too much. If they're doing their job, what's the problem? I don't understand it. Is it jealousy? Is people saying this because they're jealous that they're earning too much money? Why does money even come into it?
Do you think there's an element in that, David?
Yeah, there is an element of that. Of course, this is a historical anachronism because, of course, Parliament never used to sit until 2:30 in the afternoon. So the idea was that you got people in, which is what I'm all in favour of, is diversity within Parliament. You wanted doctors, you wanted lawyers, you wanted people who knew something about something.
So people who have other jobs.
They have other jobs. Now, the problem that we've got now is there's such a class of professional politician, and they've only ever been special advisors in the House of Commons. They've worked their way up. They've been researchers and so on. They become members of Parliament. They don't know anything about anything. So having said all of that, one of the things that I think is really clear about this is that, well, George Osborne's slightly interesting because Tatton, his constituency, is going to be abolished anyway. So I think this is a transitional period for him because I don't think he'll stand again anyway. But that might be my take on it. So I think the other thing is that £74,000 as an MP. Personally, what I'd like to see is the salary to go up so that you make sure that you encourage the best and the brightest, because some people won't do it for that money, and then I would stop second jobs once you go into Parliament. And that's because also the way of correspondence has changed. People email, you know, their work bags are absolutely stuffed full of stuff. And actually, to be a good constituency MP, you need to be there relating to your constituents and answering their postbags.
So you believe in full-time politicians?
I do, but they need to have had previous jobs.
Okay.
This is it's interesting because Gordon Brown, who has been in politics pretty much all of his working life, also commands the most extra earnings.
Yeah, I know.
Because he's a former Prime Minister, of course, and can do speeches and the rest of it. But it's an interesting point, Jamelia, that David makes there. If you want professional people who are going to command X hundreds of thousands of pounds in the private sector, shouldn't MPs perhaps be paid more to get the best of them?
I do completely agree with that. I think my issue with this whole thing is that when the average person gets a second job, it's to subsidise an inadequate income. I mean, he's earning so much money, and I know you're saying it shouldn't be. Absolutely, and I just think, I'm sorry, to me, he's coming across as really greedy, a really greedy guy, and I just don't think it's necessary. And also, I think time-wise, to me, for instance, the editor of The Independent, the editor of Vogue, they don't have time to get a second job. So how does he have time as an MP, as taking on these roles in all these other arenas, 5 other jobs? How does he have time to do that and be a great MP?
I just want to question you on your usage.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Maybe because I'm American. I don't know. I gave myself a reason. That's my get-out clause. Why is it considered greedy to want to make as much of a living as you can?
Because
why is this considered greedy?
He's doing 6 jobs. 6 jobs. Like to me.
He's decided to do this.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Can he do 6 jobs adequately? Can anyone do 6 jobs adequately?
But isn't that up to him to decide, or the people that are paying him to do that?
Suzi, I wonder if the point is that people don't go into politics to make a pot of cash.
Exactly.
It's a public service. It's a duty that they're doing to represent their constituents, and there are plenty of MPs on all sides who see it that way.
I understand
Osborne,
that.
Perhaps towards the tail end of his political career, as David intimated there, and that's the rumour. Perhaps he thinks right now's the time to get out there and make some cash.
That was my point. I was just going to say, if this is the case, this is the point you're all making, that if you're an MP, a politician, that should be your job. But until that's a law, And until that is changed, he's got every right to do as many jobs as he likes. I wouldn't even say it's greedy. Nobody's stopping him.
But they're looking at the rules, aren't they? David,
Yeah.
in terms of putting up what MPs get paid,
Yeah.
I mean, that is, unfortunately, for them, a non-starter.
It is a
Because to
non-starter.
get to where they are now, they went through the whole rigmarole after the expenses scandal.
But you see, I think also there needs to be far more transparency in politics because it's all been hidden. You know, you had your second home allowance, you then had the salary, you have your expenses. I would like to see a bigger salary, but then cut down on everything. I would actually get rid of second homes in London and have a hall of residence for MPs so that they're actually housed right next to the House of Commons. They're on call. Why not?
Do feel free to comment and give us a thumbs up if you feel inclined. For more clips from the show and exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, click here. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button here to be automatically informed when new videos are available. Links to our other social media platforms can be found in the description. Thanks for watching.